All right, good evening, USA, Canada, worldwide, Long Island, aka Strong Island, plus the five spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, and Queens. This is G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator, YouTuber, host with the most, creator, essential worker, misunderstood lonely nomad, unstoppable independent podcaster, and rookie podcaster of Queens, New York. And you're rocking with the 178th episode of Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York podcast, actually. And yes, 178, folks. We actually made it this far, man. So that's just it. So we're live and direct from StreamYard alongside with YouTube and alongside of myself is the Instagram live feed of the podcast show page on Instagram. So be sure you turn on your notifications of when I'm going to be on Instagram live doing record episode recordings on a weekly basis. Not just for the New York, not just for the New York podcast, but also my review show and sports podcast as well. And and if you missed any previous episodes and you're new to the YouTube channel universe, don't worry, I got you back. Everything is uploaded and posted to the YouTube channel page of G Money Stacks 555, where you see all the New York episodes on there. And please be sure you subscribe to the channel and tap that noni bell so you can be reminded when the show goes in the air via live stream and the time the live stream recording is going to start. And for the most part, be sure you leave a like and a comment along with the episodes and topics that's going to be discussed. And for the most part, um, there's going to be more video content, upcoming episodes and previous episodes whatsoever. And of course, plus you get a chance to do some catching up on the new and previous episodes in case you missed any of them. And before I forget, be sure you tell a friend to another friend. And I will handle where you can listen to the New York podcast episodes. So there you go, right there. Um, Now I'm going to cut to the chase with I'm gonna cut to the chase with a little mental health check-in real quick, man. I haven't done that in the last episode because I wanted to get it 177 out the way. So here it is, mental health check-in time. All right. Now, as far as how I'm feeling mentally, physically, and spiritually, and along with everybody else, I am mentally for the past couple of days since work. I didn't have time to record on Saturday because of the Mets game that I was watching, and I was very tired at the time, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do it. But when I get fully energized and stuff, I will try to see if I could actually get more Gatorade and stuff. So we'll see what's going on here. So um now physically and spiritually I am doing all right. I'm not I'm not um I'm not having any issues or anything like that. So that's pretty much um pretty much a blessing. So I'm doing the best I can. I'm doing the best I can to take care of my health. Um and that's all it matters to me because actually I actually talked to a few truck drivers lately, and I was actually explaining to them because the thing with truck drivers, they barely get any breaks because they're working like what 7 days a week. Me personally, I couldn't do it because number one, at what ex at what expense at what expense would it be to actually take a job, whether it's at a post office or wherever company it is. It wouldn't really sit well with me mentally because number one, it would be difficult for me to do 7 days a week of work because number one, it's just it gets to a point where um you have to deal with um weather related conditions as far as like icy conditions, the heat wave and stuff. I just didn't want to I didn't want to deal with any of that. So um maybe in the near future I'll really think about it. But for now, we'll see what happens, man. I'm not too sure. Um, but at the same time, I do care about my mental health, man, because it really matters to me. Because you can't really be there for anybody if you don't care about yourself. I mean, at the same time, I would never put money on top of mental health because money comes and goes, folks. You know what I'm saying? It really comes and goes. It's not gonna it, it it's not gonna really it's not gonna really stay with you. It comes and goes. It's all about a moment. It's all about a moment. That's pretty much what I take from this. So mental health matters, folks. It ain't taboo anymore. So you know what I'm saying? So there you have it. I hope y'all had a nice weekend. I know I had a little bit of a challenge since I've been tired and stuff. So I've been I'm doing the best I can to not be mentally fatigued all the with all the health freaks out there and the the crazy violent random actions that's been going on. So it's not easy, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just not easy. You know. It's just I can't say I can't really say that I like the idea of you know of of a society that we're living in right now where all this craziness going on. I mean, I'm not really the typical person who I'm not really the typical person who relies on statistics because a lot of times sometimes numbers of statistics can be can be can be true sometimes. It can be true and sometimes it can be deceiving. So I'm just saying, man, because I'm not really I'm not really the typical person who's going to be, you know, you know, um not really condemn somebody, but I'm just a typical person who just has a voice to speak on things as far as like, you know, and it's not just about gun safety either. It's more than just gun safety issues. It's more than that. So I'm not gonna stay too much on this because I want to. get cracking on this episode right here. So let's get into another segment right here. That was your mental health check-in. See how everybody is doing. I mean, that's why I created this segment and stuff, not just for myself, but for everybody's well-being. It's about the well-being of not just myself, but for other people as well. So there you go, right there. And I know I haven't really been on the whole mental health stories and stuff. I couldn't really keep up with all that because I had other topics that I had to talk about too. So you know what I'm saying? Um so yeah, that's pretty much how my my past weekend went. So I went to work and stuff. So I mean well hopefully hopefully if I want to give a shout out to a worker of mine who recently got into a recent fender bender car accident. um I if you're watching this, Jake, I really hope you are feeling better with some rest. I've been informed about it this past Saturday, and I know it's scary. You know what I'm saying? And I really hope that you recover from your injuries and stuff. I would try my best to reach out to you. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what I can do. So there you go, right there, man. Shouts to you, Jake. All right, let's get into a little thing of the New York Mass Transit Metro files right here, man. Let's do this. All right, first story. All right, what we have here is the delay of the MTA upgrades caused by the COVID-19 slamdemic. So, this is for the New Yorkers out there, so just listen. The MTA's aging mass transit system is in danger of falling into disrepair because the agency is behind on its multi-billion dollar plans to modernize infrastructure, according to a report released Tuesday. At the current rate, according to the Citizen Budget Commission, the MTA is on pace to fall short by $28 billion on upgrades out of $53 billion in planned projects that they want to complete by the end of 2024. Ain't that some shit? All right. Ain't that some shit? That's crazy. That I don't know how that's gonna really happen, but remains to be seen, man. Yeah, such as new subway signals and train car stock, the fiscal watchdog warned in an August 23rd review. The delays could spell more breakdowns and longer waits for New York City's millions of daily subway and bus riders. You can start with you can start to see breakdowns, you can start to see delays in service, and that affects all the riders, says CBC President Andrew Rain. So it's both an economic issue and a quality of life issue. If the MTA cannot catch up with the state of good repair backlog sufficiently, the MTA is also slated to be $12 billion short in funding for its currently planned projects, largely because of a $2.5 billion a year operating deficit that could um, hamstring its ability to take out debts to fund the upgrades. An MTA spokesperson said that the agency has awarded $9.5 billion in projects since restarting its capital plan nearly 13 months ago, three-quarters of which are earmarked for state of good repair work. While we appreciate the CBC's feedback, this report does not accurately portray the status of the MTA capital program, said Aaron Donovan in a statement. After an 18-month pause due to COVID-19, in approximately 13 months, the MTA has already awarded $9.5 billion in capital projects. This puts us in the range of a $50 billion pace over a normal 5-year award period. Further, 75% of the awarded work is for projects that maintain the system in a state of good repair, evidencing the MTA's prioritization of this type of capital investments, Donovan added. The MTA is currently covering the operational shortfall with some $15 billion in federal COVID relief aid, which is scheduled to run out by the end of 2024 amid stagnant ridership return. Another $3 billion is in the balance if the MTA's congestion pricing toll becomes diluted by too many exemptions and discounts and doesn't generate the required $1 billion in revenue each year, the CBC found. The MTA's massive $51.5 billion 5-year capital plan for 2020 to 2024 was set back by a year and a half during the COVID-19 outbreak. The slandemic devastated the nation's largest mass transit system and drained it of ridership, which is still at about 40% below 2019 levels. Yeah. The agency has $52.9 million of capital projects that have not been committed to contractors from that plan and the prior two capital plans dating back to 2010, according to the CBC. While it's not unusual for the MTA to carry projects from one 5-year plan into the next, the capital plan schemes larger size and the COVID delays have prompted more concern, according to Ring. Transit leaders forecast to get $8.2 billion in projects committed this year, but at that rate, the MTA won't get all the currently planned upgrades going until late 2018. No, excuse me, 28, which is a long ass time actually. Which would delay crucial upgrades down the line and increase costs due as the old system further deteriorates. The CBC urged MTA leaders to fast track projects that keep the system in good shape over the next 2.5 years ahead of other initiatives to expand the system, like extending the Second Avenue subway into East Harlem, which Governor Kathy Hochul has vowed to complete before she leaves office. System expansion is both popular and attractive, and it can provide real benefits and services, Rain said. However, if it comes at the expense of state of good repair, that's essential. You will have those millions of daily riders affected by delays all the time. The watchdogs also called on the MTA to be transparent about the work it will do, including projects after 2024 that run into the next capital plan for 2025 to 2029. Okay, wow. Damn, that's a long ass time, man, for a fucking project like that, man. Um,
Yeah, so we got another story in transit I wanted to get to. There it is. Here, another story in transit news is the slow in the city. Um, Strap Hangers campaign reveals the most um dawn dawdling, unreliable NYC bus lines. So here's what's happening here. The slowest major bus route in the city is Manhattan's M102, crawling between the East Village and Harlem at a sluggish 4.6 miles per hour, slower than a butterfly, according to the transit advocates. Oh, wow. Wow, that's funny right there, man. That's funny. That's very funny right there, man. Yo, that's crazy funny right there. Anyway, man. The line won this year's Pokey Award by the New York Public Interest Research Group's Strap Hangers campaign and the advocacy organization Transit Center for beating all other bus lines with high ridership. End quote. It's the award that no bus line wants to get, said Megan Ahern of Strap Hangers campaign on Monday, August 8th. New York City's buses are famously slow, which bus riders know from their bitter daily experience trying to get from point A to point B. The groups rank the slowest of the 77 city bus lines that carry at least 5,000 riders a day, and many of the Big Apple's pokiest are in Manhattan due to heavy congestion in that borough. The winter, the winter transports more than 8,000 commuters every weekday on the east side and could be beaten by a butterfly, which flutters by at speeds of around 5 miles per hour. The slowest 15 slowest lines all travel at speeds slower than 5.5 miles per hour, but carry more than 150,000 daily riders, a little more than the population of Syracuse. Not to brag, but I can run a marathon faster than these buses, said Mary Buchanan. Buchanan. Oh, shit. A researcher at Transit Center. The bus boosters called on the city to roll out more bus priority lanes and for the state to implement the toll to drive into Manhattan below 60th Street, known as congestion pricing. While we recognize only the worst of the worst today, bus riders across New York City deserve fast, smooth service yesterday, Buchanan said. The Metropolitan Transportation Authority should also activate its currently dormant Omni readers, which stands for One Metro New York, at the back doors of buses to speed up boarding times. The M102 dethroned the M14A, which picked up the prize the last time the organizations presented the awards in 2019 before the COVID-19 slamdemic. That line has since enjoyed faster speeds thanks to the 14th Street busway, and one local poll called on Mayor Eric Adams to copy and paste those red painted lanes across the five boroughs. We should replicate that all along Manhattan, one of the most congested areas in our city, said Lower Manhattan Council member Christopher Monte. We don't have to wait until congestion pricing to take action. We know what works. Mayor Adams plans to add 150 miles of bus lanes over the next 4 years, including 20 this year. The so-called Schleppy Award for the latest reliable route of 2022 went to the B12 in Brooklyn for having the highest frequency of bunching when buses arrived late and several of them at the same time. A line carries about 7,965 riders every weekday between Prospect, Lefferts Gardens, and East New York, and bunched 19.5% of the time, or nearly 1 in 5 times. Both speed and reliability and are generally trending up, though. The advocates noted. The MTA's president of New York City Transit, Richard Davey, unexpectedly joined the press conference Monday, acknowledging there was more work to do to improve Gotham's buses. I don't think we could agree more, for sure, Davey said. The transit chief working for the state controlled authorities said the city should crack down harder on illegally parked trucks right away. The city's finance department earlier this year began giving larger discounts on parking tickets to large delivery companies in exchange for them to not contest the violations in court, the Daily News reported. End quote. It drives me crazy, Davies said. I live in Manhattan. I see it all the time. Ice cream trucks and other delivery trucks parked in bus lanes. We need a better job of enforcement across the system. When it came to a measure that is squarely in MTA's control, allowing backdoor boarding, David declined to give a timeline for turning on the rear Omni readers that the agency has installed across its fleet. Obviously, the readers are there, but I don't think that's coming tomorrow, he said. The transit honcho cited the lower Omni use of around 10 to 12% on buses compared to creeping up to 40% on the subways. When asked by AM New York Metro if the added boarding option would entice more bus commuters to Omni, David claimed it was unclear, adding he was concerned about people using the back entrance to avoid paying their fare. If there if there is crowding, bus operators do open the back door, right? But candidly, I haven't seen anybody wander up to pay, and I think that's a bit of a challenge, he said. Mayor Adams' office referred a request for comment to the Department of Transportation, whose chief said they are working with the state. With the mayor's relentless focus on equity, we now have an ambitious plan to get stuff done for the millions of bus riders across the 5 boroughs, said DOT Commissioner um, um, Wydanis Rodriguez in a statement. We at DOT look forward to working with our MTA partners to build a safer and more efficient system with more new and enhanced bus lanes, expanded automated enforcement, as well as new ways that our agencies will work together to improve access for the growing number of cyclists. And there you have it, though. There you have it. Um, all right, so let's get into. All right, hold on a second. Um, let's get into chatting on the jazz right here, man. Here we go. All right, we need to talk about this pizza delivery guy. I'm sorry. Yeah, we need to talk about this pizza delivery guy. He did a good deed. He did a good deed right here, man. He sure did. Um, he sure did. Um, all right. So here it is. And this is from TMZ, folks. So I know what I'm doing with, certain things. Anyway, a 25-year-old pizza delivery guy rivals any Marvel superhero by running into a burning house and saving the lives of 5 kids, risking his own life and suffering serious injuries in the process. Um, That right there, well, yeah. Nicholas Bostick was driving along a street in Lafayette, Indiana last week, just after midnight, when he saw a house fully engulfed in flames. There were no fire trucks or other emergency vehicles in sight, so Nicholas decided to act. He ran into the building and began yelling to see if anyone was still inside. He heard nothing, but still felt there may be people trapped. So he walked through the house, which was filled with choking smoke, and made his way upstairs, where he found four kids. They ranged in age from 1 to 18. They were sleeping, and Nicholas woke them up and they ran to safety. They were all outside, and one of the kids told Nicholas there was a 6-year-old child still inside the house. Nicholas ran back inside but had no idea where the child was. He screamed for the child as he me- meandered through the burning home, even looking under beds. He made his way upstairs, but then heard a child crying in the downstairs area. Problem was, smoke was everywhere, and it felt like an oven. Nicholas couldn't see, but he wrapped his shirt around his mouth and took the plunge downstairs, where he located the child. Nicholas scooped up the little girl in the blinding black smoke and looked for the door, but he couldn't see it. So he ran back upstairs with the child and jumped from the second floor window, making sure he landed on his side so the child was protected from impact. The child, incredibly, was unharmed. Nicholas, however, suffered severe smoke inhalation, according to cops. Gravely cut his right arm. You see in the video, EMTs use a tourniquet to stop the bleeding. He was flown to a hospital where he was treated. His cousin has created a GoFundMe account, and so far he raised north of $200,000. Doors got nothing on you, Nicholas. Wow. Yeah, a round of applause, man. All right, let's see. So so let's get to Joey Badass for a sec. um, I Joey Badass is juggling a new album. Well, actually, it already came out, but anyway, a new album, a tour, and acting, while also defending some of his creative decisions, such as working with Chris Brown. The pro era rap star hopped on TMZ Live on Thursday to explain why he felt the need to ward off fans who were angry he nabbed Breezy to help sing the hook on his Welcome Back track on the new album 2000. As Joey put it to us, no man is mistake free. And while he doesn't condone what happened with Rihanna, he considers it an honor to work with CB, who he's been a fan of since childhood. Um, the New York bred, um, lyricist, also says he gets it, though his fans are just protective and want him to be controversy free at all times. Controversy arrived in Joey's first class seat last week. However, when he accused Delta Airlines of damaging some of his irreplaceable stage equipment while traveling for his 1999 to 2000 summer tour, although the damage had been done, Joey says Delta reps reached out and helped cover rental costs so he could finish out his tour, which ends Thursday night in Los Angeles. Even if hearing CB sing isn't your jam, Joey's got Nas, Diddy, Larry June, and more on his 2000 album, and fans have been raving about his hip hop purity. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's make some noise for Joey Badass for defending himself as far as who he could work with. I mean, come on, nobody is and like he said, nobody is mistake free, man. There's no such thing as a person who is perfect. There's no such thing. Because if that was the case, then there wouldn't be any room to grow. I mean, where's the growth? You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah. So yeah, let's make some noise right here, man. Okay, up next is Doja Cat. Excuse me, Doja Cat. Hold on a minute, man. Yeah. All right. So here's what's going on here, man. And I'm like in my head. Okay, cool. Um. All right. Doja Cat is not here for the backlash after shaving her head and eyebrows. And end quote. Go fuck yourselves. And is her unequivocal response. Doja Cat has well and truly shown she is not open to criticism she's receiving after shaving off her eyebrows during an impromptu video on Instagram Live earlier this month. She had also shaved her head days before. The Grammy Award winner's dramatic makeover was a decision she explained by saying, "I don't like having hair. Um, and you know what, she looks amazing and has since been celebrating her look with a series of bold makeup designs shared on Instagram, apples, smiley faces, rainbows, you name it. Nor is she the only celebrity experimenting their eyebrows bleached their brows bleached eyebrows, for instance, have become popular among everyone from Kendall Jenner to model Precious Lee. Yet it would seem not everyone has been appreciating the look, at least according to a Twitter thread shared by Doja Cat this weekend, which seemingly addresses her critics. Um, and let's see. I won a Grammy and traveled the fucking globe. I've had a number one and I went platinum. I make hit after hit after hit, and you all want me to look fuckable for you so you can go home and jerk your cocks all day long while you live in your mother's basement. She writes, "Go fuck yourselves." Wow. The tweet has received almost 170,000 likes at the time this post was published, and many have responded with encouraging comments such as, "You are a grown woman with her own choices. Do whatever you want. Most important thing is that you are happy and comfortable with yourself." Another comment reads, "You look good with a shaved head and the eyebrow art is fire. Keep going." Doja Cat's major new transformation came straight after she showed off her brand new buzz cut, and was the last thing her loyal fans expected when she logged on to her Instagram account earlier this month. It wasn't all shock value though, as the 26-year-old explained, that the reason that she was saying bye to her brows was that she never liked having hair in the first place. Doja Cat, whose real name is Amala Ratna um, Zendial Delamini, looked delighted with a razor in hand as she went on to shave her eyebrows, and she couldn't be more obsessed with the final result. I just can't believe that it took me this long to be like, shave your fucking head. She told her followers on Instagram Live, in quote, I feel like I was never supposed to have hair anyway. Don't like having hair. The Kiss Me More hitmaker added, in quote, I never liked having hair. I cannot tell you one time since the beginning of my life that I've ever been like, this is cool. I just do not like hair. I just don't. I just do not like to have hair. Um, those are also explained that having a mane of luscious hair always proved to be a struggle, especially when wearing wigs, as they would start sliding and peeling off her head, leaving her so fucking exhausted when working out. I would be working out, but I couldn't focus because I was more concerned about how I looked or how my hair was doing and how to keep it adhered to my scalp, she acknowledged. And we can acknowledge that she looks fantastic, sporting a shaven look, especially that she feels so in the locks. So yeah, there you have it. Um, yeah, there you have it right there. Um, okay, so wait a minute here. Yeah, so we're gonna segue into we're gonna segue into here we go. We're gonna segue into Angela Simmons. Um, here's the thing, and I'm gonna tell you why I can relate to this story too in a second. So, at first, let me just say what the name of the episode is for 178. So, for episode 178, um, we're gonna be talking about how it is important. Hold on. Let me get it. Let me get it. Let me get it. Okay. Today's episode we're gonna be talking about um how it's important to have confidence in yourself. Whether it's about looks, whether it's about how your physical stuff, your, your not just your belly, um but in general. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. So this is according to Essence. Actually, better yet, hold on. Wait a second. This was out there last year, but this was last year. Hold on a sec. Um, damn, son. Okay, hang on a minute. Hang on. I had another story. Hold on. Hang on one measly second. I forgot all about that. I forgot all about that. Damn. Oh, no, that's not it. That's not it. Ah, there it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. So, all right. So, and this is according to Forbes. All right. So, the influence of social media on how young women um, see themselves, is unquestionably profound. In this social media driven age, societal beauty standards have negatively impacted many things, including self esteem and confidence. Body positivity is a social movement that advocates for the inclusion of all bodies, regardless of size, shape, skin tone, gender, or physical limitations, while rejecting modern beauty standards as an unfavorable societal construct. Um, Matt Collette, an Atlanta-based fashion and swimwear brand, recently launched a confidence campaign surrounding body positivity, where they teamed up with Angela Simmons to combat unrealistic beauty standards. The campaign's goal is to spread love and light on the idea that everyone's body is beautiful. I agree. The company takes pride in being forward thinking and placing every woman's body shape and style at the forefront of both its clothing designs and its manner of doing business. Mate's basic principle is that every woman deserves to look and feel her best without spending too much money on clothes. The brand, um, the brand, hold on a second, feels that embracing a clean, simple, minimalist aesthetic is the best approach to achieve this aim. In an interview with Forbes, the culture TV personality, entrepreneur Angela Simmons, and founder of Mate Collection, Justina McKay, discuss how they hope to inspire all women to truly embrace and accept their bodies. McKay, hold on a minute, hold on. Yeah, McKay emphasizes that no one is perfect and that everyone has imperfections. Yes, it's true. Yeah, everyone has imperfections, while speaking about how she exemplifies the body confidence that she hopes other women would gain from the campaign. In quote, she states, I had to mature into a place where I could fully accept who I was. Now, when I look in the mirror, I embrace both my beauty and my flaws. No one, excuse me, nobody can take that confidence away from me when I enter rooms. When I enter rooms and stuff. Hold on. Wait a minute here. When I enter rooms. Shit. Wait. When I enter, oh damn. Um, yeah, when I enter rooms. Yeah, yeah, I had to. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah, I had to, um, I had to mature into a place where I could fully accept who I was. Hold on a minute. Wait. Yeah, I had to. Yeah. Here we go. Had to mature into a place where I could fully accept who I was. Now, when I look in the mirror, I embrace both my beauty and my flaws. Nobody can take that confidence away from me when I enter rooms, expresses McKay. For years, Simmons has shamelessly displayed her natural body. She emphasizes the significance on unapologetically loving one's body while encouraging other women to follow in her footsteps. And end quote. I've come to realize the most important lesson is to help people develop self confidence. I was really insecure as a child and had to learn to appreciate my body at a young age. I was quite young when I started to take on my shape and didn't really comprehend it. Once I accepted my curves, I stopped feeling self conscious about who I was, states Simmons. Outside of showcasing images of women who already have confidence, McKay states that during the campaign they recruited models of all different sizes to display a true view of women. End quote. Our intention was for women to identify with someone else, learn something from that, and feel more confident about themselves by thinking, maybe I can do this because I see her doing it. We've already begun to witness this as a result of the campaign, which prompted us to launch a contest in which women create their own videos where they express their confidence in themselves, tells McKay. Overall, Simmons' message is clear. She is not attempting to discourage anyone from having plastic surgery, but she does want more women to feel confident in themselves before making that decision. End quote. I would never say never. If I want to get a breast lift or enhance something, I see nothing wrong with it. But I believe in self love before taking that step. If I already love myself, upgrading will make me love myself even more, explains Simmons. According to excuse me, yeah, McKay, the primary objective of this campaign is inclusivity. When it comes to body positivity, McKee and Simmons both agree that it's critical for the culture to come together. When it comes to it, we have the most power. I believe that when women speak up for one another, it gives the next woman the fortitude and ability to be able to do the same thing. We can all benefit from that because it starts to feel like a community. Being able to love yourself and your body and to be proud of who you are while doing so will help the next generation and will allow us to rely on one another while also healing each other in the process, states Simmons. Moving ahead, McKee believes that one of Matei's methods for maintaining momentum after the thrill of the campaign has died down is to ensure that representation is always visible, making certain that as a brand we display imagery that is inclusive of all forms, sizes, races, and more is a must. We have decided that the confidence campaign will be an annual fixture for our brand, ensuring that we continue to do our part for all of the people who see and support the brand, tells McKee. I agree with this, and I'm gonna tell you why. And I'm gonna tell you why I can relate to this story right here. And the reason being is because it happened to me actually. And I would never ever fucking forget that when I was little, I actually looked in the mirror and I was looking at my and I was looking at my stomach. And the side of my stomach was my rib cages that was showing. And I really felt some type of way and I didn't at the time I was feeling insecure about myself and I would actually literally compare myself to the people from Vibe magazines and other magazines and stuff like that. Only because I wasn't really confident in myself at the time, and it took me years for me to actually learn about having confidence in myself, as far as like not not just based on looks and clean shaved and stuff, but there's more to it than just that. And can um I actually can agree on the fact that everybody was born with imperfections. And nobody's perfect. And listen, folks, there's no such thing as a perfect body, okay? There's no such thing. If that were the case, if that were the case, then then it would be the opposite. So honestly, honestly, I would not even change anything about myself physically. Hell, I wouldn't even do fucking plastic surgery if I was to get rid of the bad fats or whatever case scenario may be. But at the same token of my testimony that I just told y'all, it's about embracing it's about embracing who you are as an individual. Look, for me, look, don't worry about other people basically saying some grimy shit about how you look, as far as because at the end of the day, and the fact of the matter is, you know it's about what's on the inside. It's not about um what's on the outside, as far as like all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, and that's why I agree with this, because we need more people to actually talk about how important it is to be confident, not just based on physicality, but also in general. So let's make some noise for Angela Simmons and Justina McKee for being on their grind with the campaign and helping women out there. And I'm pretty sure you know it will click to you. So let's make some noise for the lovely women out there. All right, up next, we need to talk about the asylum seekers, as far as the migrants. We need to talk about that. All right. So here's what's happening with this story. As Texas Governor Greg Abbott continues to send busloads of migrants to New York, he may intentionally be giving them a better chance of obtaining asylum. The newly arrived migrants are far more likely to have their asylum cases approved in New York City courts than they would be in places like Houston, Dallas, and San Antonio, and and Austin, culture. An assistant professor at Syracuse University's Transactional Records Access Clearinghouse, which analyzes federal government data. And in a liberal city like New York, migrants have more access to government resources and benefits that they would otherwise be shut out of in red states, with more hardline policies with imagination, such as government issue identification cards, housing, driver's licenses, and healthcare. On Friday, the City Department of Education said it is prepared to enroll roughly 1,000 children into the public school system. Texas Governor Abbott is sending immigrants to New York as part of a cynical anti-immigrant political stunt, said Theo Oshiro, co-executive director of the immigration advocacy group Make the Road New York. As New Yorkers, we will not be deterred from providing a welcoming home here. Tensions between Abbott and Mayor Eric Adams erupted earlier this month when the Republican governor announced he was sending buses full of refugees to the Port Authority bus terminal to protest the White House's southern border um, policies, a move the mayor said is adding further strain to an ailing shelter system already struggling to keep pace. Man, but carting asylum seekers to New York and other left-leaning cities may have the opposite effect that immigration hardliners intended. Culture noted. Abbott is actually sending asylum seekers to a court where they are much more likely to be successful and much more likely to stay in the countries, he said. Unintentional civil lining, huh? In Houston, just 17% of asylum cases were approved by judges in the last 10 months, Culture noted. Prospects were only slightly better than in Dallas, with 33% of cases getting the green light. But in New York City, immigration judges approved people for asylum at a much higher rate, granting asylum to 4 out of 5 applicants, or 82%, data shows. It's a slight silver lining to the harrowing journey many immigrants face as they depart their home countries to traverse through jungles and deserts on a months long trek where scores of people die to arrive at the southern border in hopes of seeking refuge in the U.S. To endure the trauma of the voyage, you need to have a corazon de piedra, a heart of stone, said Jennifer, a 44-year-old Venezuelan who arrived at the Texas-Mexico border in July after a 2-month journey through Central America with her partner. Jennifer, who did not want to disclose her full name because of her immigration status, wasn't aware that she would be stepping into a heated political debate when she entered the U.S. The bus ride from Texas to New York was remarkable considering what she experienced in the last 2 months. The hardest part was parents saying their goodbyes to their children because they died in their arms, seeing handicapped people who were missing legs trying to make the ascent. Parents with 3 or 4 children in tow, some sleeping, others exhausted, she said. In Venezuela, the ongoing financial crisis has decimated the country's economy, causing a mass exodus of 6 million people, mostly to neighboring countries in South America. A family was deteriorating, Jennifer told Gothamus in her native Spanish, and the cost of the voyage has left her and her partner with major debt back home. A strange system. Jennifer was one of 1,500 newly arrived immigrants who have arrived at Catholic Charities of New York offices in Manhattan in recent months, an influx that took city officials by surprise. Hundreds of asylum seekers were told by federal officials to proceed to the organization's Midtown office after crossing the border in Texas, but officials at Catholic Charities said in many cases the authorities didn't let them know beforehand. The unexpected arrival of hundreds of asylum seekers from Texas has strained the organization's, said Monsignor Kevin Sullivan, the executive director of Catholic Charities of the Archdiocese of New York. The mayor's office of immigrant affairs estimates that 550 asylum seekers arrived in the city so far this month from Texas, putting the total number of new arrivals from border states at about 6,000. The Adams administration is requesting assistance from the federal government to handle the surge of new arrivals. Earlier this week, city officials announced that they were looking to award $6.75 million in emergency contracts to nonprofits to do everything from providing food and clothing to healthcare and child services. Um, so while it's not an ideal situation for new arrivals like Jennifer, settling in New York is a better alternative than in some southern cities where anti-immigrant sentiments flourish, um, and public assistance is scarce. Immigration advocates say New York is one of just 16 states where immigration can apply for driver's licenses, and in the five boroughs, they can obtain free government issued identification cards and access low or no cost health care through the city's public hospitals. Local law obligates the city to provide housing, ensuring anyone in need of a bed has one available, which is critical for many arriving without a family or place to stay. The public services touted by city officials became a target for Abbott, who justified sending asylum seekers to New York to receive the services Mayor Adams had boasted about. But it's not just government services in New York that provide a softer landing after a brutal voyage. Asylum seekers are also much more likely to find legal assistance and public defenders here than in Houston, said Camille Mackler, executive director of the Immigrant Advocates Response Collaborative, which could significantly tip the scales in their favor in court. And a culture of acceptance toward immigrants may also ease the transition, advocates say, especially after being stripped of almost every belonging by immigration officials at the border. End quote. I came with more sentimental things that I thought I could get through photos of my children, said Jennifer. A telephone and passport were the only things that were permitted. Now, awaiting arrivals at the Port Authority bus terminal, a place most New Yorkers attempt to avoid, are tables set up by local nonprofits with socks and shoes and volunteers to help asylum seekers navigate the city's complex shelter system. When they disembark from the bus, we have people standing there, waving, saying, "Bien bienvenidos," and applauding their arrival and handing little children teddy bears and bubbles. Said, what is it? Is Isaiah Thielman, the director of Team TLC, a volunteer group showing up at the Port Authority in the early mornings. Yeah, yeah. Um, here's one thing I could say about this though, man. I mean, we all know that Greg Abbott is a fucking Neanderthal um fucking bastard. We all know that, and I'm not even gonna get into the whole. I'm not even gonna get into the whole fucking Roe versus Wade shit again. I'm not gonna get into that shit though, man, because number one, I don't even think I want because I can't because it's very hard for me, and the reason why I didn't talk about that shit is because it's very hard for me to relate. It's hard for me to relate, and I don't want to feel like I'm obligated. I don't want to feel like I'm fucking obligated to talk about that shit because everybody else is talking about that shit. Because it was just not for me to talk about. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, there it is. So all right, so um, up next, up next, 50 Cent. All right, so this is according to Variety. Curtis 50 Cent Jackson's upcoming horror movie Skill House is living up to its genre billing. Even behind the scenes, the 47-year-old rapper and actor took to his social media platforms to share the story of a camera operator on the movie, apparently passing out while shooting a kill scene, which halted the production for about a half an hour. On an Instagram story related to the incident, 50 Cent noted that the cameraman couldn't take how real it was and had many praises to share about the upcoming horror pick. We're, end quote, we're elevating horror to the next level. This is going to change the rules of the game, he remarked. Director Josh Stolberg, whose previous writing credits in the horror space include Spiral, Jigsaw, and Piranha 3D, shared his firsthand experience being on set when the fainting occurred, passing along a gory preview of the scene. Yeah, yeah, and this is what he said, and this is what Josh Stolberg said on Twitter. He said, "Yikes! We shot a kill scene last night, and the camera operator became so nauseated that he passed out, and the camera crashed on the ground. Had to stop down for a half an hour. He's okay now, but get ready for some crazy shit." Stolberg explained that the camera operator on the scene became nauseated to the point of passing out and caused the camera to crash onto the ground, which paused filming for half an hour before he regained his bearings. Written and directed by Stolberg, the film is slated to be a satire of influencer culture on social media with classic horror elements. In addition to starring, 50 Cent is producing the movie. His most recent on camera appearances include his role as Kanan in the Stars series Power and Power Book 2 Ghost, along with his high profile cameo in this year's Super Bowl halftime show, performing his 2003 hit In the Club, Upside Down, at the Neil McDonald, and TikTok personality Bryce Hall, whose Sway House in Los Angeles is being used as a filming location for Skill House, also star in the movie. And yeah. So there's no release date for Skill House quite yet. So they're still filming that shit. Um so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. So all right. All right. So up next, hold on a second. Hold on a second. I don't know what the hell's going on here. All right, Chris Brown. All right, we got Chris Brown's story. All right, hold on. So this is this is like from 3 weeks ago. All right, so this is according to Complex. Chris Brown took to his Instagram where he appeared to defend the viral photos he took with fans during his One of Them One's tour with Lil Baby tour meet and greets. PSA: when artists, including everyone, do concerts, they all have something called a VIP package. I haven't done meet and greets in over 7 years, Brown wrote about the viral images. And he says, in quote, I have the coolest fans on the planet. I appreciate the fuck out of them. These are memories that will last with them forever, he added. Unlike most of these lame ass artists that won't make eye contact with the people who made it possible to even have a career. I only exist because these fans saw something in me I never thought was possible, so I'm gonna go all out for my fans. And that's exactly what you're supposed to do, man. Yeah. And the pictures in question saw Breezy getting cozy with some female fans. And while it's unclear where the photos were taken, this is not the first time he's had to defend his tour stop hangouts. The the crooner also came under some scrutiny when word spread that the package cost $1,000. At the time, Young Blue came to Breezy's defense by tweeting that the hefty price was worth it. $1,000 for a lifelong memory moment ain't bad, Blue tweeted out. Y'all ain't gonna have no memories when y'all get old. Only thing y'all gonna remember is paying bills. Chris Brown's One of Them Ones tour with Lil Baby is well underway and just made a pit stop at Drake's October World Weekend. It wraps in Las Vegas on August the 27th. All right. All right. Let's a round of applause for Chris Brown defending himself with the meet and greet. Okay, next, um, Jay Z. Love, no, it's not loving hip hop, but hot new hip hop article. Here's what's happening here. It looks like we'll be getting new music from DVSN this week. The Blessings duo announced their new single "If I Get Caught" on social media this week, which includes contributions from Jermaine Dupri. The cover art itself sparked tons of dialogue. Daniel Daly is depicted trying to walk away while four women latch onto him. It's already been labeled a toxic record, which the group described as the anthem we all needed. Turns out the song will include a sample of Jay-Z's song cry. Jermaine Dupri revealed a screenshot of the text message he received from Jay-Z approving the sample. Um, end quote. End quote. Hold on a minute. Wait. Lord. Hold on a second. Jay's way of approving the sample. I just want a disclaimer that says that I said this song is wrong. Hi, I wrote, and you are good. Um, wait. I saw something else. Yeah. Hold on. Let me just keep going. All right. Thank you, Jermaine Dupri, for clearing Jay Z sample. Oh, and between Jay, it's not toxic. It's honest. DVSN captioned their post. It's unclear what song from Jay Z they sampled, but it wouldn't be surprising if it was Song Cry. Just days before announcing the single, they revealed a list of the five most honest anthems, including Song Cry and If I Get Caught, along with Drake's Marvin's Room, Scissors, The Weeknd, and Usher's Confessions Part 2. Um, of course, are you looking forward to hearing new music from DVSN? Let us know in the comment section below in the Hot New Hip Hop website. Okay, up next, what we have here is all right. Up next, what we have here is Pharaoh Monch. I haven't heard from this guy in a long time, but Pharaoh Monch has spoken about his addiction to Marvel figurines. Oh shit. Action figures. Oh wow. Oh wow. Wait. An addiction to action figures? I don't know, man. Yeah. Yeah, Marvel figurines that he developed during the Slamdemic lockdown in 2020. The Queensbred legend penned about his addiction in an op-ed for Spin titled "Plastic Crack." Plastic Crack, writing that it all began when New York City shut down in 2020. Pharaoh Monch said it all started during an Instagram interview with um Destroy on his show Show Off Your Gems. A fan had commented on a miniature Fantastic Four figurine Monch had in the background of his screen during the interview, which led to a conversation that Destroy about said figurine. From there, Monch said he began his collection and compared the hobby to smoking crack. Man, let me tell you that the first Ben Grimm hit was insane. Monch wrote. The only problem was it died out in about a week. That's when I knew I needed to try some of that Reed and Sue Richards. I was fending for a hit of that Johnny Storm. The high got better and better. He continued in quote every each time I was able to complete a team was like going from a little sprinkle of crack to freebasing. Oh shit. Oh shit, that's funny. The more elusive the crack, the more I chased it. Finding out how elusive some of the figures were came with more anxiety and more anticipation of the high. From there, he began scoring the web for more elusive collectibles. Instead, in turn, the figurines reminded him of the stories he used to draw inspiration from in order to write. He noted that this practice helped him write his 2021 album, A Magnificent Day for an Exorcism, which was met with rave reviews and secured the rapper his first NPR Tiny Desk concert. The music industry tends to throw the word legend around a little too frequently for me, he wrote in closing. But I understand because I have my own personal reasons for deeming someone or some event legendary. The last 2 years on this collective mission has induced loads of untold emotions that I'll eventually put into songs. The story of obtaining this popular Hasbro Marvel legend has been incredible and It introduced me to yet another amazing culture. And yeah, this is from Hip Hop DX, folks. In case you're wondering, um, in case you're wondering, um, hold on. I want to give a shout out to all right, Chanita underscore cuts and Push Talks. Thank you for joining. Um, yeah, this isn't the first time Pharaoh Monch has spoken about his love for the Marvel universe. Yeah, he might be. Um, I don't know. I don't know if he's like a Marvel Comics fanatic, but I don't think he. Well, I don't know if he read the comics, so I wouldn't be able to say. But anyway, in a separate interview with Hip Hop DX, the rapper reflected on his 2006 Powerhouse desire, and said he felt a kinship with the multiple personalities of Marvel's Moon Knight. It's funny because growing up, I didn't collect Moon Knight comic books. Monch said I collected number one issues, so when that dropped, I copped it, but I didn't follow the storyline. So watching the show, it was all fresh for me. I was like, I'm down for this because I really don't know the origin of the character like that. I didn't. And he continued, end quote, the duality of Moon Knight, that's internal affairs, that's desire, that's Pharaoh and Troy Jameson. I would think that a lot of artists feel that way. But me in particular, I use the Pharaoh moniker to break out these personas, even in inanimate objects and personalities. So I've always been multiple personalities in there. Wow. Wow, that's yeah, that's crazy, man. Oh man, this is crazy. This is the craziest shit that I ever heard. But in a good way, man. Oh man. All right, let's get to Bobby Shmurda. All right. Another complex article. Okay. Despite his reputation as a Brooklyn drill pioneer, Bobby Shmurda says he's not interested in making drill music anytime soon. The Bod Boy rapper recently shared a clip of YouTuber Bashwell reacting to the video for Hoochie Daddy, in which he suggested the rapper was onto a whole new vibe that sets him apart from the rest of the mainstream. However, he couldn't quite pin down what genre he could describe the song as. In the caption alongside the clip, Bobby made it clear that was a deliberate choice on his part. And he said, in quote, "Don't ever try to put me in a category or in a box. You're gonna hurt your head," he said. "I do what y'all haters can't." And hashtag nah him saying I I don't do drill. I won't ever be a minion. And they can't clone me, really one of a kind. His big 2014 single Hot Nigga, um, aka Shmurda Dance, is often considered a breakthrough moment for the Brooklyn drill movement, and his frequent collaborator and friend Rowdy Rebel is still associated with the scene. Um, Bobby shared recently shared his first post prison release Bod Boy, which featured his bass heavy track Hoochie Daddy. The record was also his first release since getting out of his record contract with Epic Records, with whom he signed before he was arrested in late 2014 and sentenced to 7 years in prison on one count of third-degree conspiracy and one count of weapons possession in 2016. He was finally released in February 2021 to much excitement from fans and other rappers alike. He's been very vocal following his release, and in a recent interview, he declared Joyner Lucas the Master P of our generation. Wow. Oh shit. Oh man. Oh man, that right there, the Master P of our generation. Wow. Wow, that's really something else, man. Oh man, that right there is a little funny though, man. If you really think about it though, man. Um, yeah. So let's make some noise for Bobby Shmurda. Doing his thing with the music, and he's back right where he left off. All right. Okay. Next is, hold on a minute here. Let me see if I did everything. I know I did most of it. Metro Boomin. Here we go. All right. Metro Boomin is paying it forward as the award-winning producer recently cleared the mortgage of the wife of a security guard who was killed during the Buffalo mass shooting earlier this year. On Wednesday, July 20th, a man named Aaron Salter, the son of shooting victim Aaron Salter Jr., revealed his mother's house was paid off by Metro Boomin in an altruistic act of kindness. Salter shared a photo on Instagram of him and his mother standing in the front yard of a home holding a sign that reads "Paid in Full." And I'm not talking about the Rakim song or the movie either. In the caption, he thanked Beatmaker, excuse me, for assisting in their time of need. How many producers you know look out for people when they need it most? Salter captioned the post, "Gotta say thanks to my favorite producer, Metro Boomin. He called me and asked if he could help me during my tragic loss and did just that. No more mortgage paid in full. Thanks to Metro Boomin, I'll never forget what you did." Metro acknowledged the praise in the comment section of the post. "Love you, love always, bro." He typed, My line is always open, and I meant every single thing I said back when we spoke." Back on May 14th, a gunman entered the Tops Friendly Markets on the east side of Buffalo and opened fire, killing 10 people and injuring 3 others. The alleged shooter has been identified as 18-year-old Peyton S. Gendron. 55-year-old Aaron Salter Jr., a former Buffalo police lieutenant who was working a security guard, has been hailed a hero in the incident. He reportedly confronted the shooter, but was fatally shot in the process. Okay, Metro Boomin's extreme act of kindness comes as he is mourning the death of his mother, who was killed by the producer's stepfather last month. Oh man, that right there, that's really sad, man. You know what I'm saying? That's really sad, but but wait a minute. But we had to congratulate the 55-year-old Aaron Alter Jr., a former police Buffalo lieutenant who basically is a hero. So we gotta give props when it's due, man. So give it up for Aaron Salter Jr. for being the hero. All right. All right. Let's see if I got everything out the way. I think I got everything out the way. But wait, let's talk about some fun things to do for the weekend, shall we? All right, I'm gonna start with California, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start with California. Shit. Okay. Let's see. Just a second. Um, okay. Before I even get to that, let's get to places to go. Let's look for California. Um, things to do with Los Angeles. All right, let's start with California of Los Angeles. Let's talk. Let's get into that right there. So, let's see. Let's start with things to do with LA this week. So this week, um, August 27th to the 28th, is this ain't no picnic. Takes its name from one of promoter Gordon Voice's first festivals held in Irvine in 1999. But for a more recent comparison, the lineup has a very strong FYF vibes. Like that low defunct fest, you'll find a genre spanning mix of on the horizon acts and familiar names, including the Strokes, LCD Sound System, Reunited, La Tiger, Beach House, Phoebe Bridgers, and more. Now we can get to some stuff right here. Um, okay, so this is okay, so so this takes place in the Rose Bowl Stadium, um, located at 1001 Rose Bowl Drive, Los Angeles. And you can check out the website, which is thisaintnopicnic.com for more information. And the price is 200 between $299 to $349, and VIP is $799, which is $800. And the time starts on Saturday. Um, Saturday. I don't see this. I don't see the time on there, but you would have to check the website for yourselves to see the time. So, so there you go, right there. Okay, hold on. All right. Let's see. Another thing to do, of course. Mid Autumn Moon Celebration from August 27th to the 28th. Um, explore the Huntington's Chinese Garden by moonlight during this after hours stroll, where all of the pavilions and pathways will be lit up. While you are there, you can listen to live music or pick up something for dinner at the Jade Court Cafe or the Terrace of Shared Delight. All right. Yeah, so let's see. And of course, this takes place at the Huntington Library, Art Museum, and Botanical Gardens. This is located at 1151 Oxford Road, San Marino, California. Price is $35. And opening hours is between 7 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Um, and the and you can check out their website, www.huntington.org/events/mid-autumn moon celebration. And I can't really use that. Summer happenings at the Broad. All right. Spent a late night at the Broad during the return of its After Hours programming series, which finds musicians, dancers, and poets collaborating in the museum's outdoor plaza as well as in gallery spaces. Tickets for each event include full access to the museum and its current exhibitions. Takashi Murakami, stepping on the tail of a rainbow, and this is not America's flag. Well, and this is located on the Broad, which is located at 221 South Grand Avenue, Los Angeles, California, 90012. Website is www.thebroad.org/event/series 2022 summer performances. And you can contact for info at thebroad.org. And the time starts at 8 p.m. and it's $25 for the ticket, folks. So there you go, right there. Now, another place to check out is Black Restaurant Week. Ooh. So support under the radar black-owned restaurants and Black Restaurant Weeks return to Los Angeles for 10 days straight. This celebration of African American, African, and Caribbean cuisines highlights participating restaurants across the city who will all be offering pre-fixed plate specials. There's also a bingo card to keep score of your visits and enter you to win gift cards, plus a virtual cocktail contest and a database of local independent black-owned restaurants to use year-round. Of course, you can find a full list of participating LA spots here. You click on the word here on the timeout.com website so you can check out where it's going to be. So, and it's August 28th. All right. So, here it is. So various locations in LA, and you can check out the website blackrestaurantweeks.com for more information. And of course the price varies, so there's no info about that. So check the website for details of what the price is going to be for the tickets. So check that out. And it starts at 12 a.m. on Oh shit. Yeah, wait. So it started at August 24th, 25th. And you got the 26th, which is Friday. You got the 27th, and then you have the 28th of Sunday. So there you go, right there. Um, so there you go. All right. So there's what is this? Okay. So you got Rami Youssef. Um, Yusef's comedy is about much more than his Muslim American experience, but it is his icon, iconoclastic con, no, honesty on that topic that led him a large show on Hulu, Rami. Meanwhile, his work as a comedic writer competes with a budding acting career. All right, so there you go, right there. So Lar- Largo at the Coronet is located at 366 and um La Cienega Boulevard, Los Angeles, California. And the price for tickets is $38. And you can follow them on Twitter, and you can go to the event website, which is twitter.com// cdrami, and you follow him on Twitter as well. So there it is. And let's see what else we got here. What else we got here? The DTLA Proud Festival. What the hell? So celebrate downtown's LGBTQ plus community at this annual Pride Fest. Grand Park will play host to food trucks, bars, and local vendors alongside a music stage and a pop-up water park. All right, so I'll give you the location. So Grand Park is located at 210 West Temple Street, Los Angeles, California. And you can go to the website, which is dtlaproud.org for more information. And of course, about the price, and stuff, and tickets. So, and it starts Saturday, August 27th, 12 p.m. and Sunday, same time, 12 p.m. Grand Park. So there you go, right there. All right. So and we have sunset concerts at the Skirball. Of course, obviously, the Skirball puts on its annual series of free summer concerts highlighting indie, folk, and world music from LA and beyond. Guests can arrive early and visit the museum's galleries for free, dine under the stars, and grab a seat for the show in the beautiful central courtyard. The concert is free and reservations are required, but parking is $10 in advance or $20 at the venue. The summer's lineup wraps up with San Rope Pira, whatever that is. Hold on. All right. Um. Okay. All right. So the event is located at the Skirball Cultural Center and located at 2701 North Sepulveda Boulevard, Los Angeles, California. Free parking, and the tickets is like what? No, hold on. Free, and then parking, and I think the price is I think the reservation and stuff like that is between. I think the reservation or whatever is like between $15 to $20. So, and opening hours, it starts at 8 p.m. on Thursday, which is tomorrow. So there you go. What else we have here on the agenda here? What else we have here? Um. Okay, off the 405. Um, August 27th, hilltop sunset views and rising bands combined to make this Getty tradition a worthy destination of of Angelinos on both sides of the 405. Back for the first time since 2019, this year's lineup for free Saturday night shows wraps up with standing on the corner. Tip: avoid the traffic and the crowds and arrive early. You'll get to visit the exhibits, which stay open until 8 p.m., and beat the dinner rush. That's actually good advice. All right, so the Getty Center, located one 1200 Getty Center Drive, Los Angeles, California 90049, and the website www.getty.edu/museum/programs, performances, and off the 405. And free with tickets. Parking is $20, $15 after 3 p.m., $10 after 6 p.m. And opening hours is 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Yeah, yeah, 6 p.m. Yes, there you go. Also, um, yeah, I'm not gonna really do. Let's see, and of course, I'm not gonna do that one. Yeah, let's see. 626 Night Market. The Midnight Snacker's greatest fantasy is just a car ride away. One of America's largest Asian food markets spans the course of Santa Anita Park's front paddock gardens during the summer. Come hungry and come caffeinated. This lively market, complete with over 250 Asian street food and booze peddlers, live music, artists, games, and beyond, won't put itself to bed until midnight. And it is located. Wait. Hold on a second. The Midnight Snacker's greatest fantasy is a car away. One of America's largest Asian food spot. Yeah, I just said that. The event has also expanded its way to Orange County as well as to Santa Monica, which is 1324 Fifth Street near the 3rd Street Promenade, for a mini edition with 2 dozen vendors. And of course, the Santa Anita Park, which is located at 285 West Huntington Drive, Los Angeles, California. And the website is www.626nightmarket.com for more information. And the time it starts is 4 p.m. from Friday, August 26th through August 26th through what is it? Through September 25th. So so from so from August 26th, it starts at 4 p.m. and 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 Sunday, September 4th, it starts at 4 p.m. September 17th through September 25th uh starts at 1 p.m. So basically it's a free event. Basically it's a free event, if I'm not mistaken. But you can check out the website yourself to look at the information as far as like if it's like a free event or or they charging. So you can check that out for yourselves. What else we have here on the agenda? The beloved Getty Center turns 25 years young in 2022, and to celebrate, the Hilltop Museum is hosting a series of free festivals across LA on most weekends this summer. The Getty will collaborate with a different local community partner on a 2-day arts fair filled with music, workshops, and food. The lineup wraps up in Watts August 27th through the 28th. And Watts Labor Community Action Committee is located at 10950 South Central Avenue, Los Angeles, California 90059, and the event is free. And you can go to the website www.getty.edu/news/Getty25festivals. And Saturday and Sunday, it starts at 11 a.m. So get there early as fast as you can. You can get there early as fast as you can. So there you go. Here it is. Let's see. Let me see. The let's see that go. All right. That was wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yeah, so that was your wait. Yeah, so that was some of the event. Wait, hold on. Summer music at the original farmers market. The original farmers market is host to a plethora of fun, family-friendly outdoor events, and its summer music series are some of its best. Take a load off near the end of the work week and stop by the West Patio on Thursday nights from 6 to 8 p.m. to hear a genre spanning mix of live music, and Friday nights from 7 to 9 p.m. for a lineup of tribute bands courtesy of EB's Beer and Wine. Beer and Wine, okay. And the original farmers market takes place located at 6333 West 3rd Street, Los Angeles, California. And the event is free. And of course, Thursday and Friday, Thursday it starts at 6 p.m. Um, Friday, August 26th, it starts at 7 p.m. By the time you hear this, on YouTube, and it's going to be published on Friday on episode 177. You get an idea. All right, so what else? Hang on a minute. Hang on 1 minute here. Okay. All right. What else? There's some more stuff to talk about as far as things to do for the weekend. So I don't want to forget anything. If I'm not mistaken, hope I don't forget anything. So let's see. Hang on a minute here. Wait. Oh shit. Yeah. I think that's it for LA, man. Let's go to New York, man, for where you can actually do some stuff. Um, Yeah, let's go to New York. Um, some fun stuff to do. Things to do in New York. For all you New Yorkers out there that's looking for something fun to do for the weekend, I got you. 8 things to do in NYC, starting from Friday through Sunday. So Friday, August 26th, summer scavenger hunt. Join the team at the Riverside Library as you and your kids search for different water Pokemon and or Moana characters throughout the shelves of the library. Kids can unscramble a word puzzle and earn a small prize for spotting all of the hidden characters. The fun starts at 10 a.m. and will continue until 4:30 p.m. So you can join in whenever you can. This event is free to the public. Riverside Library, 127 Amsterdam Avenue on the Upper East Side. No, Upper West Side, excuse me. Movies under the stars. Venom Let There Be Carnage. I already seen that movie. Grab some snacks and a blanket and head down to the park for a special screening of Venom Let There Be Carnage. Watch the story of Eddie Brock, who wants to live alongside the creature Venom, but when Brock attempts to reignite his career by interviewing a serial killer, Brock finds himself in a predicament that only he and Venom can fix. The film is rated PG-13 and starts at dusk, and it's free to watch. Ball Fields in Midland Fields, Staten Island. Saturday, August 27th, Bronx Zoo Dinosaur Safari. The beloved Dinosaur Safari is still happening at the Bronx Zoo. The immersive experience is a 1/4 mile long walkthrough exhibit covering more than 2 acres of forest. It features 52 life size animatronic dinosaurs and pterosaurs. Pterosaurs. Kids can dig up ancient fossils, compare them to moving dinosaurs, and hear from the dino guys about the important lessons fossils can tell us. The dinosaur safari is included in the Bronx Zoo admissions, and the Bronx Zoo is located at 2300 Southern Boulevard, Bronx, New York 10460. And trivia under the trees. If you love nature and quiz games, we have the event for you. Trivia under the trees combines classic trivia games with a nature hike that will have you learning about the environment along the way. Topics covered in the quiz will include park history, ecology, and so much more. The hike starts at 1 p.m. and is free to join. Meet at Seaman. Oh shit. Meet at Seaman Avenue and Isham Street in Inwood Hill Park, Inwood. Diverse Street Initiative Resilience Series Nonviolence. Several visual artists will join the team at the Diverse Streets Initiative to show the importance of bodily autonomy um, and the need for a safe, nonviolent environment. The show was specifically focused on resilience through nonviolence as it relates to public safety, gun safety, and Roe versus Wade. The event runs from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. and is free to the public, located at 31st Avenue between 33rd and 34th Streets in Astoria, Queens, New York. Bronx Night Market, calling all foodies and shoppers alike. The Bronx Night Market is back this weekend and better than ever. The market will return to the Fordham Plaza, and guests can browse the vendors and taste some delicious food, all while listening to live musicians and watching dance performances all summer long. The market is free to enter, but prices vary by vendor. So be sure to RSVP ahead of time. And it starts from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m., located at Fordham Plaza, Bronx, New York. And Sunday, August 28th, nature exploration, Northwoods. If you want to truly discover the rich nature that New York City has to offer, you need to join in this hike at Central Park. Urban park rangers will lead New Yorkers through the park's North Woods, which is home to several different kinds of wildlife and plant life. Be sure to bring your binoculars for a better look around. The hike starts at 1 p.m. and you can meet at West 100th Street in Central Park West in Central Park. And finally, Art in the Garden, Mother Lear. But Brooklyn Botanic Garden is hosting performances of Mother Lear, presented in partnership with We Players. Mother Lear follows a middle-aged scholar with dementia who communicates with her caretaker daughter using only the text of King Lear. The ticket starts at $40 for non-members and $36 for members, and the show starts at 4 p.m. Located at 990 Washington Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. And that's gonna do it. And that's gonna do it for this episode 178, man. And it's and you like what you basically heard in the show today. You can make a charitable donation to my Cash App to support this show. Um, my Cash App is $ G Money Stacks 555. That's $ capital G lowercase MONEY capital S lowercase TACKZ 555. Once again, it's not about breaking the bank, folks. It's all about doing the best you can on whatever amount of money you are comfortable with will be appreciated. So there you go, right there. And now I am going to go to a segment that I've been you know recently frequently doing. So let's go to stream choices on the go right here, man. Hey, you like what you heard in today's New York podcast episode right here, or any previous episodes whatsoever? Please feel free to show some love by following Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York podcast on Facebook and Instagram, alongside with my the Sports Edition show, which is Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast, and the review show Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast. And alongside of myself is G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York. And 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 be sure to turn your notifications on in case you are going to watch me in action with the episode recordings of the podcast. And yeah, and like I said, if you have any comments and all that other stuff in terms of the topics that was being discussed or whatever, of course, feel free to drop it in the comment section in Instagram and of course YouTube as well. So yeah, there you go, right there. Um, and you can leave a voice message on anchor.fm/gmoneystacks. And yeah, so what you want to do is when you go to the link in bio where it says linktree slash G Money Stacks 555. You can also um, be able to be able to you know record your message and your thoughts and talks and stuff like that. And also, I need to actually remind y'all about this petition in regards to um, into making it a law to stop hair discrimination. So I want y'all to go to the link in bar where it says linktree slash G Money Stacks 555. There's going to be a link to the petition, and you can check out the petition at www.thecrownact.com. That's www.thecrownact.com. That way you can actually stop the discrimination in schools, jobs, and other places, because people are fucking tired of this shit though, man. So go check that out. You can share it on Twitter, you can share it on Facebook. You'll be making a difference, man. And I already signed the petition already, and I already showing my moral support on this one right there, man. So there you go, right there, man. So check out this website right here, www.thecrownact.com. All right, so without further ado, let's get to the list of all the audio streaming platforms in the link in bar where it says linktree slash G Money Stacks 555, and starting with Anchor, Audacity, Audible, Audioburst, Amazon Music, Breaker, Castbox FM, Deezer, Listen Notes, Moon FM Podcast, Player FM Podcast, Podbay, Podfriend, Podo Polo, Podorama, Podcast Index, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Podverse, Reason FM, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Google Podcast, and you can also leave a 5-star rating on Podchaser, Podfriend, and Spotify. And also you can listen to Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York podcast on Radio Public, iHeartRadio, the number one app for music, radio, and podcast. And also make sure you follow my other two podcast shows, which is Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast, um, which will get a little bit of a change in a couple of days, actually. You would have to stick around for the sports future episode. And also follow my other show, Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast, which is also on iHeartRadio as well. And last but not least, the YouTube. Make sure you grab that subscribe button and click on the notification noti bell right there, so you can be reminded when the show goes in the air via live stream. More video content, upcoming episodes, previous episodes. Share the episodes, share the videos, download these episodes. Be sure you listen, be sure you stream the episodes to catch up on, and do the same with 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 the YouTube channel G Money Stacks 555, where you see all the New York episodes are already uploaded and posted to the channel page. And you can also tell a friend to another friend, spread the word. Word of mouth is important. And of course, be sure to 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 share the podcast along with your husbands, your wives, your boyfriends, girlfriends, friends, and the people you cool with from work and other places as well. And
And yeah, like I always say at the end of the show, the grind does not stop because New York wasn't built in a day. So you would have to trust the process and to be sure to find something that makes you happy, mentally, physically, and spiritually. And be able to have confidence in what you do as far as like your craft and whatever career field you're doing, whether it's radio personality, podcasting, wherever career field you're doing. Very important to be consistent, very important to be confident in what you do behind the mic, especially finding your voice, which is also important as well. And 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 of course, before I forget, before I forget, um, before I forget, find something that clicks to you. You know what I'm saying? Find something that clicks to you, and if you are basically um happy with the craft that you're creating, the career that you're doing, be sure you stick to it. Um, and also find something that gets you into your zone. So it's basically important for you to be in your zone. All right, get in your zone. All right. So that's gonna do it for me. I'm G Money Stacks. Thank you very much for listening and tuning in and rocking with me on episode 178, which is basically the confidence episode, actually, not just for myself, but for all the women out there and celebrities and stuff like that. So, you know what I mean? Um, so there you have it right there. That's gonna do it. And make sure you tune in next time on the next episode, and I will be back for um, more topics, serious and funny stories of topics, and yeah, I'll see y'all next time, man. And for you Californians, if you plan on going to these events that I just listed, which is on the Time Out website, you want to make sure you're able to beat the traffic and GPS the locations. Very important that you you turn on your GPS and look up the addresses like I just mentioned. And and the same for the New Yorkers out there. Um the places that I just mentioned, which is from AM New York website. Things to do for the week. Yeah, things to do. It's basically for the 3-day weekend. So there you go, right there. And I'm out of here, man. Um, and I'm out of here, man. You know, be careful out there. I hope y'all have a nice weekend. This episode, 177, will be posted on Friday, and be careful out there. Be careful out there. Stay safe. Stay liquid. And I'll see y'all next time in the next episode. Peace and one love. And have a good night, folks.